Aren't you guys in for a treat, getting a couple of extra knowledge bombs? We should have some sound effects. Does that thing do sound effects?
It does.
So we could just go, knowledge bomb, and then just go. Robbie's pressing buttons for context. And did that do anything?
I don't know. I didn't hear anything.
I didn't hear anything either. No.
You get some sound effects. Oh, the volume's down. Put the volume up. It definitely does it.
Yeah.
I'm 100%. I've played around with it. We'll let you
So-
on that while we...
Last week, I had it's great. This podcast is great because our lives is effectively becomes the podcast. All our experiences, all our knowledge, everything that's happened to us over the last, for me, nearly 40 years, it's now being regurgitated into this mic. Yeah. And last week, I had something which would affect every business owner, every single business owner, and that's a bad client. Yep. Timing. How's that? A bad client. I hope everyone heard that. I heard that in my headphones.
I didn't hear anything.
Didn't you?
No.
I heard a drilling.
Oh, what?
Did you hear that?
No.
Oh, viewers, I don't know if you are listening to this, but I'm hearing sound effects in my headphones.
Why can't I hear it?
Anyway, I think we'll test this in the off topic.
It'll come through. It'll come through for the viewers anyway.
There you go. So yeah, I had an experience, and it's not.
Why is he so happy?
And this isn't really that bad of a client. It was just a conversation that he didn't like, but also I didn't like. And I wanted to talk a bit today about how to handle bad clients, because every single person is always going to get one. No matter what business you're in, you're always going to have someone that doesn't like what you do or how you've done it, or has their own shit going on and going to project that onto you. And I think it's really important that you have the skill set as a business owner to be able to navigate and handle stuff like that too.
Can you share a little bit of context about this?
Yeah, sure. So it was part of the program, my coaching program that I've got, and one of the clients didn't feel that they were getting the value in which they thought or anticipated, and wanted to exit the program. Now, they had paid up front as well, so I'd offered a decent discount to come up front, to pay up front, and that's the option that they took. And then they've responded back saying, hey, we want a refund. And I'm like, okay, so there's a process here. And you need to understand that although you have paid, for me, the way I see it is anything you're doing, this is an investment now into your business and into your company and life. And we incur as a company, as a business, expenses. Now, I have a contract with them. It wasn't just a handshake agreement. Hey, come join my program. It's this much. Shake my hand. Let's go. No,
rule number one.
That's right. That's right. There are terms and conditions. There is a contract between me and between you. And the reason that is because it needs to stipulate, okay, you're buying this. These are the conditions in which you are buying it. So for anyone that did want to leave or does want to leave, there's a cancellation fee associated with that. And he was upset about the cancellation fee. And I'm like, look, I try and teach you all of these things in the program when it comes to contracts with your clients, being a builder as well. Understand and put things into the contract that are going to protect you and also your business. And that's exactly what I've done. I'm practicing what I preach. Even now that you want to leave this program, I'm giving you a lesson. You know what I mean? You should be learning something from this.
Should be charging you for this.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Exactly right. So I'm trying to teach you there as well. And I go, this exists because you've committed to me. I don't just keep the money in the bank and go, oh, I better keep this here just in case someone wants to leave or doesn't like the program. I then use that money to get new venues, to get better equipment, to hire people, to grow the business, to bring on more content, like 1,001 things. The money gets spent on the basis that you've committed for 12 months. Now, whether you do a full upfront payment or you do a cash flow, it's still the same thing. So I've got a cancellation policy there to protect us and cover. It doesn't even cover the expenses, in all honesty, because what I spend in the company to grow it at the moment, because I'm in a growth phase in the business, so I'm actually spending more than I'm making. But that is because I want to invest in the organization so it grows and becomes one day even bigger than what it is. Now, he disagrees with what I'm doing, and I've said, listen, at the end of the day, it's there in black and white. Like, it's in black and white. You've signed it, you've agreed to it, the conditions are there. Like, what more do you want me to do? It's like, oh, and then he starts questioning my integrity, going, no, you're this, you're this, you're this. I said, hang on, mate. With all due respect, I don't appreciate you saying that. It's not in line with what I'm about and my core values. However, it's there again, black and white. I'm fair and I'm reasonable. And this is where it's at, unfortunately, for you. Now, for me, I want him to continue in the program too. It's not like I want to kick him out. There's no bad blood there. I don't feel any way whatsoever. There's other reasons that this person may want to leave outside of what I'm about. But you need to be able to handle objections like that. And one of the most important things that you should also realize, and this is the thing, I'm going to give you the secret to handling a bad client and coming to terms with a bad client. It is completely your fault.
Like your fault?
My fault.
So taking responsibility.
Take full responsibility.
Yeah.
If you've got a bad client for whatever reason in your business right now, and I even look at this as a builder too, I've had the worst of the worst clients. I've had clients that make you want to set your company on fire. And then I've had clients that make you want to build forever. The two extremes are there. But every single time, whatever that client was to me was completely my fault. And I made some drastic changes in my construction company to ensure that all my future clients are amazing people. And the way I do that is A, through my contract, but B, through communication. So the contract clearly stipulates their obligations to me, and I sit down with them and we say, listen, this, and this. I go through every dot point with them together and say, do you understand your obligations to the contract and to me? Yes, cool. So when you break one of those obligations, there are consequences for that. That could be a monetary thing. That could be me terminating the contract. It could be delays to the project, whatever it is. But if that does happen in the future, they understand. Now, if I just sign a contract without going through it with them, without putting those rules in place, and then something happens, then they'll get offside, I'll get offside. That's completely my fault because I never took control of that situation earlier. So I look at, again, he was coming back to me and saying, I want to leave for this, and this reasons. And I looked at it and I go, okay, everything's my fault. If everything's my fault, then it's in my power to control that. So I looked at his objections and I said, okay, I think you're valid there. I understand that and I appreciate that. I'll take that on board. That and that. And then there was a couple of things I said, no, that's not right. That's your interpretation. The ones that he actually brought up with me, I implemented those changes immediately into the business for the good of every other member in there and future members. I'm like, okay, I appreciate that feedback. Thank you. I'm going to use that and I'm going to improve it. And I'll also offer you these improvements too. I've then spoken to other external parties, mentors, and said, hey, this is what I do with the business. This is how I'm currently giving information out. What would you change? And one of them said, do this. And I go, yep, that's great. And even though that to me was like, oh, I'm giving too much away, he goes, no, if you give everything away, you're going to create raving fans. You're going to create people that go, wow, this is amazing. This is exactly what I need. I'm going to then go tell everyone else how good it is. Whereas if I've got a scarcity mentality saying, no, I'll only give you the information as you need it and drip feed it to you, that's detrimental. So I implemented that into the business as well. And something that I teach at other events is value. Just because someone doesn't like your product or your service doesn't devalue that product or service. So I understand that. I don't need to go out and go, holy shit, I better drop my price now so more people buy it, or so it's less, so I'm in line with what I have to do. Said, no, increase the value of that. But also I know to myself that I've seen the results with other people in the program and what they've done in their businesses and how much it's helped them. But I go, well, there's the proof too. And that's something, just one more thing that another mentor said to me, you're always going to get someone that doesn't like the $1 coffee at 7-Eleven. It's $1 but you're always going to get people that complain. So that's another thing to really understand. You're not going to be able to please everyone. You're going to clash with people. But the biggest advice I can give to anyone with regards to their clients is make sure that you remove the expectation versus reality conversation. Because if you can have that at the very beginning of any job or any relationship, you're going to win. And when I say win, it's not you're going to get one over them. You're just going to have a better quality person to work with. And that's what I found in my construction business. And for me, I think construction's really difficult from the perspective of you're dealing with a lot of emotions from, say, an owner, because it's often their life savings. They're investing in you to build their home or their project, whatever it might be. You've got the relationships with subcontractors, suppliers, your own employees. So it's a really intense scenario. Now, if you can have those conversations early on and qualify people, make sure they understand how to go about doing business with you, it will resolve a lot of your problems.
So step one, expectations.
Expectations. But I'd say step one is take full responsibility. The moment it happens, completely your fault. Because if you can understand the root of why they've come to you with a problem or why they've changed, you can make that change, either for the good of that relationship or future ones. So that's definitely the first step. Take that full responsibility. And they might just be a fucking asshole.
Yeah, and that happens.
That happens. You get people like that. You get people that just don't like you or don't like what you're doing or think you're out for them. Because, everyone's a dodgy builder in my industry. So they think they have that perception of you even before they get started. But again, if they've got that perception of you, you didn't qualify them at the very beginning as a person that you want to do business with. Because if you had put those steps in place, they never would have signed a contract.
So why do you think we end up with bad clients?
Because people, great quote, the customer is always
Right.
Customer's always right. Do you know that's half the saying?
What's the other half?
The customer is always right in matters of taste. It's like somewhere along the way, that second half of the quote got cut off to justify shitty customer experiences.
Is that what it is? A customer is always right in matters of taste.
Yeah. So if I'm building someone's house and they come in and say, "Hey, I want hot pink floors and lime green ceilings,"
They're right.
absolutely you do.
Yeah.
I can do that. How would you like me to do that for you?
On this screen?
Yeah. Which green? Which shade? They are always right in matters of taste. Now, if they're coming in and telling you how to run your business, fuck off. Who are you? Are you a builder, or have you just watched The Block a couple of times? Do you know what I mean? Or whatever your industry is, any industry, marketing.
I 100% agree, dude.
They are always right in matters of taste. If I came to you and said, "Hey, I want you to advertise me eating peanut butter," right? And you're like, "Why?" I just want people to see me eating peanut butter.
Yeah.
No financial gain, reason, nothing. I just want to spend ads on me eating peanut butter.
We get that.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click just over here. Or if you want to watch the full episode, you can click over here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.
Peanut butter.